Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Jason from Atomic Martian Tour Reviews. In this episode, we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles double feature with Shredder and Kraang. Stay tuned.
Turtle power!
Woo! That's right, folks. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures are out, and they are in full force. These things have been popping up all over Targets all across the country. A few weeks ago, they came out in Toys R Us's, but now they're seeing much more of a wide release. And we have two of the bigger baddies from the Turtle universe here. We got Shredder and Kraang, of course.
Brains! Better keep them away from the zombies.
Yep. But yeah, they, I don't know. I love this line. I think they're awesome. Even the smaller figures, I think, are great. I mean, they're only like $8.99 a figure, which is a really good bang for your buck. I mean, you get some
look at
cool
the
shit. Yeah,
some cool accessories.
uh-huh.
It's based on the new cartoon, which is it on yet or?
I haven't seen it yet. I don't think so. I think it comes out this fall.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it could be a good
Yeah.
cartoon.
Now, these are made by Playmates, who are hit and miss as far as figures go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make some really awesome stuff, and then sometimes they do like the Star Trek movie figures. And that's fail. But that was a company that did the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so they know when it comes to turtles,
And
they know
turtle
what they're
power
doing. Yeah.
And being cowabunga,
Mm-hmm.
you can't go wrong, man.
You can't. So let's talk about the packaging a little bit. It obviously is decked out for the new cartoon that's coming out.
Very bright.
Yeah, on the front it says Nickelodeon in big letters here, and then of course Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then it has a picture of the turtles on the side, and has some information. You know, it tells you what figures in there. It says Shredder across here, and I'm sure it says Kraang on the front. Yep,
Hey,
Kraang right there.
Hey, it's Kraang.
When you flip it over, it has a little bio,
Yeah.
and they even have like perforated like things so you can cut it out if you need to. It even says
Classic.
clip and connect right there,
Classic.
you know, with a little scissor. Yep.
So does it build a picture once you connect them all?
I don't think so.
No. Just make a circle.
Nah, you just throw them in a dresser drawer and forget about them.
Um,
And it has all the other figures on the bottom, which I've gotten the 4 main turtles, and then these 2.
Foot Soldier, April O'Neil, who looks like
And
he's
Splinter
like
is
12.
the only ones. Yeah. I'm not too excited about
really
April O'Neil,
young.
yeah.
Like too
Yeah.
young to have fantasies about anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of ruins it. And Shredder looks like a gerbil more than a...
Or Splinter, you mean?
I mean, yeah, Splinter, yeah. Yeah, Shredder definitely does not look like a gerbil.
No.
He looks like a
He's a
tanking
badass motherfucker, that's what he looks like.
BA. He almost looks like Super Shredder from the second movie. When
Yeah.
Gets
Well,
a
they definitely
he's a
have
swole
pumped him up,
one.
yeah. He's not all like hunched over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like the original one was. Don't give
He's like a toothpick.
Yep.
Well, this one, the robot body's a little different. It's of course
It's a lot
smaller.
different.
It's like
Much smaller.
kind of creepier.
It's more like a T1 or like T800 or whatever, like a
Yeah.
Terminator or something.
It's creepy.
But I mean, the original one had like that huge like goofy looking dude, yeah, and then Kraang in his stomach, and this one at least has Kraang in his stomach. But I kind of wish I liked the deluxe figure before, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll do like another one, and they'll it'd be more like a larger scale figure or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because this is reminds me like an alien bursting out of his chest kind of thing.
I mean, that might just be his like more portable suit or something like that. Like it's easier for him to get around in. So I don't know. All right, well, let's get these out of the package and check them out. All right.
Yeah. All right.
And we're back. We got these guys out of package. We've been checking them out, and not too bad. I mean, there's definitely some faults with both of them. We'll go over that. But overall, I mean, cosmetically, I think they both look pretty freaking sweet. So.
Yeah, they still look pretty good.
Everything. So let's talk about Shredder first. Let's go over him.
So leg wise, he can do a split, and his leg can go forward, and
That's it. No knee articulation was very surprising. I didn't expect that.
No ankle. I understand because he's got these huge like weight things. I don't even know pieces of armor that are just look how thick it is. It's just crazy big.
Look how big his feet are though. Compared to his legs.
Now I didn't really pay too much attention.
Yeah, he's not very proportional.
Like if you take away his feet, everything else kind of matches.
Yeah.
His arms, of course, actually have a little more. He's got wrist.
He has a ball joint in his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, his elbow bends, his wrist bends.
He has lots of armor. And the armor actually moves a little bit. And it looks like you might be able to take it off his arm there. Maybe not.
Yeah,
the helmet doesn't come off, and his face is really bland looking under there.
Yeah, and the only articulation he has is his head. It just goes back and forth. It doesn't go up and down or anything. And he does have waist twist, but he's really limited articulation, which I'm a little surprised about because the turtle figures have a ton of articulation. Like even the smaller ones like these are, they have pretty much every point of articulation you need. But this guy is very, very limited articulation. He's more stationary than anything.
He's missing a lot of detail too.
Yeah, he is.
Just kind of
the white eyes really kind of disappointing. It blends in. It almost makes it look like he doesn't even have eyes.
Yeah, because there's a shadow constantly because the way the helmet comes down and his flesh tone is very light. So yeah, it's just awkward. Yeah, and he's got his grip is bitch made because he can barely hold his sword.
Yeah, he has very, very cheap hands where they're just doing this motion in each one. And he comes with these two. He comes with a sword as his one accessory, and he comes with these two throwing stars. But there's no place to put the throwing stars except for in his hands.
Yeah, so there's no place for the sword either.
Yeah, so
besides in his hand.
Yeah, like none of the stuff like can clip to it. I mean, I figured they make like a little piece on his armor or something like that where you could have where you could clip them or just attach them so that you don't have to worry about like losing them or whatever if he's not holding them.
Yeah.
So I mean, cosmetically, I think he looks pretty cool. Like just sitting up, and he looked really cool in the package. But I'm a little disappointed. Just the articulation is he's not really a ninja master or anything like that. I mean, he can't really do a whole lot. And I like it when my figures can carry at least like most of their accessories and weapons, and he can't. Other than putting them in his hand, he can't carry any of this stuff.
Yeah, he's the first one I'm really kind of disappointed with.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was actually really surprised because I thought this was going to be one of my more favorite figures out of the line.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Oh well, he can be in the background behind.
Okay. Now we have Kraang. I don't know. You want to go over some of the details on Kraang?
Kraang actually has some details.
He does.
He has zero articulation. Well, I shouldn't say zero. He does
has very limited,
and he has more of a ball joint kind of shoulder kind of thing.
He has a head articulation. Yeah. And he can look up and down and stuff like that.
Yeah. Too. They actually have a lot of detailing in like the metal work here, and also he has a lot of I don't know, wires running through him here, I guess is what you call that.
Yeah, I like the pink, like, I just assumed they were like parts of Kraang or something like that. That's how he was controlling the robot.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Like he has his controls in here. And of course, Kraang does come out, and he's super rubbery.
Yeah.
And he can actually, I like doing that, because that looks awesome.
It's like a hat.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of like a pencil topper.
You can erase your mistake with Kraang.
Yep.
And I think even though he's so rubbery and he's just like squishy, like a squinky or something.
Yeah.
I think he's really cool.
He actually has decent detail, and I like how his arms like flop around like this.
I'm gonna have like a hickey on my forehead now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you want?
I mean, it's definitely different than the original. I like the original one because it was just so big and just so dumb looking. But he had the Kraang in his stomach or whatever.
He had a jetpack too.
Yeah, so this is a really big departure from the original one. But I like it. I like how he does look like a Terminator, endoskeleton or whatever. I like his weapons too. They're really futuristic looking guns, which look pretty cool.
Those are nice.
One drawback to him though is his feet. The way his feet are positioned, he basically has to be in a running position at all times. And he's very difficult to stand up to.
Yeah.
It's like balancing an egg almost with this guy. Like it makes it very difficult to get him there. So for display purposes, he's going to be a nightmare. You're going to have to like tack him down or something in order to get him to stay up. But overall, I mean, I think he looks cool, and I do like how Kraang like sticks in his belly, even though it's not very good protective armor for Kraang because like one random shot right in the stomach and Kraang's
punch
done.
To the gut. I mean, he's a brain. It wouldn't take much.
Exactly from
destroy him.
Exactly, but I don't know. Maybe in the cartoon or something like that, he has like a protective like force field around him or something.
That would make sense.
But overall, he looks cool, and I like
really
you know, it's a good meld of the original original character and like more updated, you know.
Yeah.
But he still reminds me of Kraang. Like as soon as I saw him in the store, I knew exactly who it was before I even saw the name on the package. So.
Yeah, I dig it. Even though it's lacking a lot of mobility and whatnot, and posability.
Yeah.
Overall, just the look. I like that figure better than Shredder.
I think the details of this figure actually make up for the lack of mobility. You know, the articulation. So.
Well, yeah, and at least he's holding his guns out. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he holds them pretty decent until I'm thinking about
start moving around. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely dig that figure. I would rather buy that one over Shredder.
Yeah.
But if you buy him, you have to almost buy Shredder just to have the.
For the collection, yeah. You can't buy a bunch of turtles without having Shredder. Also, it's not allowed. But overall, I love this line. I think that it's amazing. It is actually like kind of rejuvenated some of my interest in collecting toys and stuff like that too, because it's been a really lackluster summer, and then these came out, and it's like awesome. You know, great playability, great accessories, great detail. I mean, Shredder's lacking a little bit, but the four main turtles, Kraang, the foot soldiers look awesome. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's plenty of figures to buy, you know, plenty of good things to get. And, you know, I would highly recommend any of these, especially if you're any type of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan.
And they look pretty cool next to the originals, honestly. If you have OG.
Yeah, and they're very respectful updates of the original figures, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
That's how it be.
Get on it.